alive and bright, chasing old shadows. Days grow longer and nights grow shorter as I lie free. Passing streetlights and starry moonlights and I fly free. The days grow longer and nights grow shorter as I lie free. Passing streetlights and starry moonlights and I fly free. Hey! Hey! There I see a
Yes. A true artist is not the one who is inspired, but the one who inspires. A very good evening to the lovely audience present here with us. I am Shrishti Sharma, and today my friend Srishti Bise and I will be your host for the event. Sydenham Alumni Cell has organized this session to interact and learn about one of the glorious alumni of our college who has touched the greatest heights in his illustrious career. Without further ado, let me introduce you to our guest for today, Mr. Sunil Gogia. An amusing fact about him is that he started his career as a businessman and at the age of 60 years, he became a spray paint artist. His talent attracted the attention of India's Got Talents team, with whom he auditioned and displayed his painting skills under 3 minutes. He has made live paintings at Kala Ghoda's Cultural Sundays too. He has also worked with brand names like MAC Cosmetics, Audi, etc. He also appeared on TED Talks, which got him into motivational talks about his style and his working. I welcome you, sir, for the session. We are honored to have you today with us, and I'm sure everybody is going to learn a lot from you. Hello, sir.
Hello.
So, sir, we also have a message from our professor in charge, Dr. Ritesh Singhal, sir, and head of the proposed Alumni Association, Mr. Ajit Lalwani. I would now request Somi to play the video.
Okay.
Good evening everyone and welcome to the Sydenham Alumni Talk series. Today we have Mr. Sunil Gogia ji, alumni of Sydenham College of Commerce and Economics. Sunil Gogia ji is a speed spray paint artist. He has conducted various workshops for students of IITs and IIMs across India. He also regularly conducts workshops for school students, as well as he has worked with various big brand names and cosmetics across the spectrum in our country. I am delighted that our alumni Mr. Sunil Gogia ji has consented to do a session for his alma mater under the Alumni Talk series program today. I am very happy that our Alumni Talk series programs on YouTube channel, which are live, are finding a very good response from our audience. I also thank our Sydenham College Principal Dr. Madhuri Kagalkar Madam for her support in organizing today's program. I also congratulate all the students of Sydenham Alumni Cell under the leadership of Chairperson Ms. Freya Sheikh for doing all the good work. I hope all of you will enjoy today's event. Thank you very much.
Sunil Gogia is an old friend of mine back from my college days. We met first in 1965 and have been friends ever since. Sunil has achieved some great heights with his newfound passion, spray painting. And his art is unique. There are not many of them in India. Sunil took up spray painting as his passion was in art, and he became very successful. Today he's recognized around the country. Institutions like IITs, IIMs, the Rotary clubs, colleges, schools have invited him for talks, and he has presented his skill to the youth and the elderly alike. Sunil is a great friend and very passionate in whatever he does. He's full of fun, loves to meet people. Even in COVID times, he's not stopped seeing his friends. I think we have a lot to learn from Sunil, and you will surely enjoy his talk today. I wish him all luck in his future career, and the more people he can teach, the world will be a better place for it.
Thank you, sir. So, would you like to say anything?
Oh, thanks for the warm welcome. Happy to be here. I'm sure we're going to have a lovely evening together.
Definitely, sir. Okay, Srushti, you may take over now.
Thank you, Srishti. Moving forward with the next segment, we'd like to ask you some questions. Starting off with the first question. As we all know, you started painting at the age of 60. So, was it a thought through decision or is there any inspirational story behind it? We all would love to hear.
All right. So I started painting at the age of 60 because of certain circumstances and certain things that happened in my life. I was into business, business of trading, family business. And about 25 years back or so, the business wasn't doing good, and we had to literally shut it down totally. So that's when we decided as a family to move out of that particular business that we were into. And we took up the distributorship of these spray cans. Now, spray cans were a new DIY product in the market in India, and people were not very receptive about stocking these cans. And I had to go around literally teaching people how to use these spray cans, how to stock these spray cans, and how to sell these spray cans. And in the process of trying to market my cans, I became an artist. So I'm an artist by default. I never was into art all my life, and that's what was the reason why I started painting at the age of 60.
So, the story is truly aspiring. So, how was your journey in Sydenham College?
My journey in Sydenham College, well, when I entered the college, I was a bit of an introvert and difficult to mix around with people. But maybe around a year or so, and when we had a it was great fun to meet up and some of them we actually met after 50 years. Though you can stay in touch with you may have 20, 30 friends in college during the college days, but you stick around with very few, maybe 4 or 5 of them with whom you are in touch on a constant basis. But a reunion brought us back together with people whom we had not met suddenly for 50 years, and we meet them all over again. So it's a nice fun and sharing old memories, college time memories.
Reconnecting with your college friends is indeed a great feeling.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So, what clubs or societies or extracurriculars did you participate in then when you were in college?
Like I said, initially I was a bit of an introvert, so I wasn't really up to dramatics or things like that. But slowly, when I started opening up, I, as an extracurricular activity, if I can call that, I started writing poems. And I used to write a lot of poems, and some other friends also who would into writing poems would we would uh, take our poems. We had Professor Kazi who would approve our poems, and then she would put them up on the note, and then we would go and watch our poems displayed on the notice board. uh, well, that was one activity that I enjoyed a lot. And like I said, I was interested in dramatics, though not in college, but outside college. During the college days, I participated in Media Merchants, What's the Good Word? And with Floragatha, I did dance shows, which were something very close to my heart.
So you were really into literature and dramas as a child, right?
Uh, Not, sorry, I didn't get you.
So as a child, you were into literature and dramas, used to write and used to enact.
Writing poems was something that really uh, interested me, and I still write poems once in a while, though I get a streak of creativity or a feeling to actually get down to writing. And currently, because that was a very that was an activity that really interested me. Uh, I would love to write a book on my current creativity, that is spray painting. I would love to write a book on what spray paint art is all about, and what I have learned out of it, and what I have learned out of watching other people doing this art form. So that's one thing I would love to do as and when I can compile a book.
Great, really looking forward to it. So as a Sydenhamite, what are your most cherished memories?
Uh, well, on a lighter note, being in the canteen. On a serious note, uh, I have learned a lot out of, like I said, we were a trading family. We were into business as a family. And what I learned in college helped me to be a good accounts person. And having your own accounts person in business is very vital. Uh, so Sydenham has grouped me up well to handle my business, and of course, marketing and all those things that I learned in college helped me to run my business properly.
So you've had like many shifts, like from like college going for some business to art. So this feels it's been a great shift. So what do you have to say about it? How has the shift been to you?
Well, being in a family business had its own charm, and we had very few rough patches while it was going, but only towards the end when things started changing drastically. Like when new vehicles started coming into the market. Just like today, I would say COVID has upset a lot of people. It's like um, a tsunami of changes happening. Like I was never into, I never thought that I would be able to conduct my art workshops virtually. Always thought that offline is the only way I can conduct workshops and do art. But because, like they say, necessity is the mother of invention. Because it's become necessary for me. Like right now, we're doing a virtual meeting, which we had never imagined. Like countries are doing virtual meetings. Politicians are doing virtual meetings, which was like never thought of or were never explored earlier as much as it is being explored today. So this change has been like something very different when I was into business, and when I moved out of business and moved into the art circles. I found this change exciting, explorable, and workable. So I'm very happy that I know while I was into business, we were amongst the first few. I was into automobile spare parts. Now, very few automobile spare parts people who were doing, conducting their business over laptops and over, sorry, not laptops, but over computers. So I was amongst the first few who computers to run my business. And because I was savvy with computer at that time, maybe 20 years back, that's what helped me to explore the digital platform. So that's where there was a difference then and now.
Indeed, so true. Actually, the shift, even in the normal days and the lockdown days, have been a vast difference.
Yeah.
Like many people during lockdown found mandala and art as a therapy. So, art has helped people in many ways. So, how has art helped you in all aspects of your life?
Absolutely, you hit the nail on the head. Uh, I have been going through, I'm sure lots of other people also have been going through some kind of a stress at some time or the other because of the uncertainty. You don't know what, today you feel everything is opening up, and tomorrow suddenly you hear the news and everything is shutting down. So, you're confined to your own house and you're confined to your own, cage, so to say. But somehow the digital platform has allowed you to move out and interact, although you're not really may not be comfortable. Okay, now I used to feel very stressed during some of the period of uh, the lockdown, and maybe even like wake up in the middle of the night and uh, have all sorts of negative thoughts coming into my head and disturbing me. So at that time, uh, while I was not into so many other art forms like spray painting, I decided to go into other art forms like cartoon drawing and rectangle art and watercolor doodling and like Warli art and so on. Now rectangle art is the art of tangling, where you create patterns and you move from one pattern to another, and in the end create a pattern which is very attractive looking. So when you're doing that, you get so immersed in that art that you forget the negative thoughts disturbing you. So from that point of view, yes, art is a therapy, and I also say that art is a therapy on my profile and my other platforms. I do call art a therapy because it worked for me that way. And I used to advocate that to my friends. Some of my friends would say, "Oh, yeah, we're finding it difficult to go through this COVID period." I would tell them, "Okay, even if you don't know art, indulge in art. Why indulge in anything? Anything like music or if you can't sing, join some karaoke classes or something, and just sing for fun." So art is definitely helps you out to unwind and to de-stress.
On the phase of lockdown, even I started doing some mandalas, and although I was pretty bad at it, I felt really good. So I used to feel really better.
Yeah.
So as you said that many a times at
Yes,
night you
yes.
used to feel restless, you used to go and draw. So how's your creative process like? Like if you feel anxious or something, you draw, or when you feel good. So how's your creative process like?
So my creative process, like I said, since I'm not from the art background in that sense of the word, I because the digital platform offers you so much. The world is like like Reliance ने कहा था, कर लो दुनिया मुट्ठी में. So you have everything in your hand. You just go on to YouTube, you put a search on the search engine, you ask for the thing that you like. If I want to sing, suppose I do indulge in a lot of karaoke singing with my friends. So if you want to know how to sing, how to breathe between your notes, you can search over Google and find answers. So that really helps you to grow and find solutions and get answers to questions that are you want to learn something. There are a lot of things you can do over the net.
True, sir, indeed. So, like every painting has a story to tell. So, is there any painting that you really adore and is very close to our heart?
Yes. While I was in college, like I said, I have been part of a dance group, and in that particular dance group, I think it was at Indo-American. I joined a dance group, and one by the name of Flora Gatha, and her husband Ashwin Gatha was top-notch photographer with National Geographic. So they were doing dance classes, and it was actually a mime and free-form dance. So I said, "This is for me," and I went and joined their classes, and from there. I learned a lot of dance forms, but they were mostly fast dance forms. And why we were a group of almost, I think, 10 of us, 5 boys and 5 girls. And Flora Gata was fascinated, and her husband was a photographer and also attached to Times of India, and he used to write articles for his wife, and he used to get invites to write for other such events and all. So he wrote a lot about the dance group that his wife had formed, and Flora decided to have a show at I think it was somewhere near Nariman Point. At I forget the name of the auditorium. We decided to do 2 shows over there, and the music that she had selected for that particular show was all from Manelli's Cabaret. It's a musical, and that was very close to my heart. So the moment I was into art and I started doing art, I started doing paintings of Liza Minnelli's movie. And while I was making some art out of that particular movie, I decided to go more into Hollywood Bollywood kind of a theme. And then did other pictures from Hollywood, like I think if I get the name. So I did lots of Hollywood movies, and then I said, okay, let me also do Bollywood movies. So Bollywood movies also, like, Aradhana and Anarkali and Madhubala's painting. So Madhubala's painting is like very close to my heart. And Sound of Music, yes, that was one movie I really enjoyed. Can you see Sound of Music back there behind in my studio? So,
Yes, sir, it's beautiful.
so that is one painting that I enjoyed doing, and it was very large as compared to what I was painting right from the beginning. I started off by doing painting which was something like A4 size, and then slowly moved on to A3, and then my children would encourage me to make larger paintings. Papa, make a bigger one, make a bigger one. So I was not very comfortable because to fill up a space, because I'm learning myself, to fill up a space which is larger than what I'm comfortable with was challenging. So when I made Sound of Music, it was a multi, I must share this with you, it was a layered stencil work. And stencil work, maybe about 10, 15 years back, was something which is popular abroad and not yet being explored in India. So Banksy is an exponent of stencil art in UK. He's the fly-by-night kind of artist, graffiti artist. So my art is very different from graffiti art. So sorry, coming back to your query, which is my favorite painting? Well, Sound of Music is, and Madhubala's painting also is my favorite.
Yes, so we can see a couple of paintings back there and they are really pretty. You won't believe they are done by spray paints. They are really beautiful.
They're all done with spray paints. So my
So,
medium permits me to explore that particular form of art, which is stencil art. And stencil art, initially I was just doing with 1 or 2 stencils. Later on, I graduated to doing 10 layered, 12 layered stencils, which got me that kind of effects, realistic effects.
oh,
Yeah.
so it's a combination of arts, learning and growing that you end up making so beautiful drawings. Really, very pretty. Oh, so we all look up to someone, like be it in a personal life or a professional life. So, is there any person you look up to or, idolize in your life?
Well, actually, I was initially when I was learning, I used to search for on YouTube. I would people who are doing graffiti. I would search for artists who were indulging in this art form is also called aerosol graphia. So aerosol graphia because we get these like any other aerosol can, we get this art coming out of aerosol cans. So aerosol and graphics together is aerosol graphia. So I used to look for artists who are into aerosol graphia and try and learn from them. So I can't remember if I actually did follow just one person, but I was highly you know like Banksy. Looking at Banksy's art was something very, very encouraging uh, to know that his art, which is done on the walls, and although a wall is not something that you carry back home, just like any painting, if you buy a painting from an art gallery, you can take it home and you can hang it on your on the walls of your hall or your bedroom or whatever. But Banksy's paintings were fetching him the kind of price, unbelievable price, was something that excited me, and I looked up to him doing. Though again, I repeat, he's an artist who's never shown himself on camera, and even if he gives an interview, it's a hooded interview. So I think, yeah, he's someone that I used to look up to. And then like I said, I've been following lots of other artists who are into aerosol graphia.
So your story is so inspirational. I'm sure there must be so many people looking up to you. So, sir, what in this era is like work from home and people going out, people coming in. So it's like a lot of mix of work from home and going out. So keeping life different, like personal life and work life, is very difficult. So how do you advise them that you being an artist, you can paint anytime and you can make decision that when you want to paint and when you get into your creative process. So how do you advise people to keep their professional life and work life in balance
So
and personal life in balance?
yeah, actually, it's all in the mind. One has to take a decision that I want to do this. We limit ourselves by saying I cannot. Let's be very honest. We simply limit ourselves by saying I cannot do this. Let's say, for example, when I started doing spray painting, though I'm not familiar with any kind of painting, leave alone spray painting. But when I started doing this kind of art form, I used to, like, initially, like I said, I was sticking myself to A4 size. Okay. And then slowly moving on from A4 size to A3 size was a bit of a challenge. But I said, no, let me try and overcome that challenge also. And then I started I was doing it on a particular kind of paper, and I used to connect with the community abroad. And I would try and ask them, look, I'm doing this on a poster board or a particular kind of paper that allows me to do art on this kind of art on paper. How do I move on to canvas? Because somehow painting is always associated with canvas. Canvas pe hai to it makes a lot of it has a saleable value, and it has some kind of acceptance. So I used to try and ask people, okay, how do I move on in this art form? How do I move on to canvas? And I got a reply from somebody from the US. Hey man, why would you want to do on canvas? Meaning to say it doesn't work on canvas. So I said, no. Now that somebody is challenging me and saying that you cannot do canvas, I will do it on canvas. And then I started exploring ways and means to start doing this particular art form. See, canvas works for, let's say, all the other art mediums, whether it is oil painting or acrylic painting, normal painting, or palette knife painting, and so on and so forth. But how do I start working with my spray cans on canvas? And I found my ways and means. I said, okay, stencil banao. Make a stencil, and then the stencil will give you the kind of impression that no other medium can give you. I cannot do stencil work with watercolors. I cannot do stencil work with oil colors or with palette knife painting. But this particular art forms allows me to do spray painting with the stencils. I could paint on my t-shirt. I could paint on I could paint on furniture. I could paint on other mediums. I have done a lot of experimentation and painted on several other surfaces. The medium is wonderful. It works on almost all the surfaces, whether it's metal or wood or fabric. It works on all the surfaces, and that's how I overcame the little difficulties and tried and mastered the nuances as much as possible out of my own free will. So it's your will and your decision to do something will help you to go to different levels in that chosen in your chosen path.
Indeed, sir, self-discipline is really important.
Yeah, yeah.
And talking about your art, so we have seen your art on furniture, on the old used spray paint bottles. It's really creative of you. Like you've experimented a lot, and it has been really an amazing experience, sir. So, sir, talking about the first project you've ever done in your life. So, which was the first project that you have made, like for someone? As a spray paint artist, if you have dedicated any painting to someone, so which was the first one?
So, as far as the first project is concerned, uh, for me, every new project that I come across highly exciting. And also, at the same time, the moment I get the project, I also become nervous. It's like, you can never stop being nervous when you go up on stage to act. I remember when I was in the little bit of dramatics also, I used to ask Flora, with whom I have worked, I used to ask her, Flora, are you nervous? Yes, I'm nervous. And she was a very good dancer. In fact, she's a foreigner, but married to an Indian, and uh, she was learning Odissi. So she would also, she would come and tell us as a team. We got to perform very well, and if you are nervous, I'm nervous too. So it's like the first project was like I very honestly I can't remember what it was, but I remember it was very exciting. And then slowly I started getting invites from various colleges, or from various uh, kind of like unbelievable invites. Say for example, when I got the first invite from Malha from Xavier's to be a judge at their Malhar festival, I was so excited. Similarly, I got an invite from an art gallery in Aurangabad, and it was owned by a politician. So, getting that kind of invite was very exciting. Just like every painting, custom painting that I get is always exciting for me.
So when you talk about your art, we can really tell that you are really passionate about the work you do.
Yeah.
So, sir, like, what is your advice that if anyone has to choose between their profession and their passion, what will you suggest them? What will be your suggestion to them?
Look, I come from an era where the streams available were very few. During our time, we used to have just and only uh, commerce, science, arts. All right. I remember at that time, since I'm from a business family, business person's family. I remember at that time, I told my dad, I was a first class student all through school. So when the time came to enter college, I told my dad I want to join JJ School of Arts, because earlier during my childhood and during my preschool and school days, I had been pursuing one form of art or the other. In school, I was always a recipient of award for art and crafts. So that, and then later on during school days, when I had started learning to play the mandolin, and I had taken up photography, and I was doing a lot of photography. But photography at that time was a very expensive hobby. I used to get my photographs enlarged and printed from the likes of Mitar Bedi. And I used to pay a heavy price to get my pictures from famous person at that time. So at that time, like I said, the streams were very less. So because I'm from a business family, my when I told my dad I want to enter JG School of Arts, he was kind of, oh, you're a first class student, and why do you want to go to JG School of Arts? Okay, so with no disappointments, whatever happened in life, with no disappointments there. Anyway, I stuck on to my family business, and then opportunity to move out of business and come closer to the things that are precious in my life. That is the journey of art. Although my journey of art started very late in life, at the age of 60, I painted for the first time. Although it started very late, I'm very, very happy that I got a chance to reconnect. So my advice to the younger generation is that today you're not limited to only those three streams. You can just about do what you like, and if you like what you do, you will definitely be successful. Maybe it'll take a little time, but you will definitely be successful in the chosen path, something that is very close to your heart. Like I said, I have been part of TEDx talks, and in one of the TEDx talks, there was these are inspirational stories of other people. In one of the TEDx talks, there was a girl from Bangalore, and she was very good at motorbike. Like she wanted to be like motorbike racing and all that. And she was thanking her parents. "Okay, my parents allowed me to do this, so I'm happy." Okay, and then there was another girl who was an exponent of pole dance. Now she again was thankful to her parents that they allowed her to go into pole dancing. So there are so many streams. In art there is nothing like right or wrong. It's all your own perception. Okay, and similarly there's nothing right or wrong as far as your decision to follow a particular path. And if your parents can approve of what you want to do, I must say you'll be blessed, and you'll always be happy. So my advice, if at all, to youngsters is that please follow your passion. Paths are open to you, and opportunities are open, and the world accepts you, which earlier the world was not accepting you, right?
Yes, sir, your advice is really important. Thank you so much. Sir, every color signifies a meaning and emotion. We have all heard this. So, which color, according to you, signifies your life the best?
I think blue. I use a lot of blue. In fact, in a lot of my paintings, I use a lot of blue and the green. The green is like plants and the greenery that we see around us, and the blue is the sky that. Well, these are colors that I have used a lot, and I'm Cancerian, and Cancerians are a water sign. So I guess the blue and the green makes sense for me.
Oh, great, sir. Blue is also signified for peace and smooth going person, and you definitely are. Sir, being a businessman and renowned print artist, what is your message for today's youth?
Sorry, I didn't get the query right.
Being a businessman and a renowned print artist, what is your message for today's youth?
Follow your heart. Simply, I know you will have resistance, maybe from your own family also. But if you don't follow your heart, you're going to regret it later. And even your family is probably at some point of time today, my mom is no more, but I remember when I started painting, my mom used to ask me, "Kya kar raha hai, beta? What are you painting with spray cans and all?" So I used to tell her, "Look, I want to sell these spray cans. I had taken up distributorship of spray cans, so I was very keen that I should be able to sell them, and I wasn't finding the kind of buying platforms. The dealers were not very receptive. Oh, see, DIY works beautifully abroad, but in India, DIY will not work because labor is very cheap. Okay, labor is so easily available, and over there abroad, everybody has to do everything on their own. So DIY works over there. So they would say कि नहीं यहाँ पर नहीं चलेगा. But somehow I stuck on to what I wanted to do, and insisted on wanting to explore this particular medium and be able to sell this medium. But not the medium. However, my art helped me to really enjoy the medium. Today, I'm not only enjoying it but also earning out of it. All the invites that I get are fruitful invites, and that gives me a lot of happiness. Not the monetary part, but a kind of satisfaction which is unexplicable.
It's truly said that whatever happens, happens for the best.
Yeah.
And you made the best out of the situations you had.
Yeah.
So there are many questions popping in the live chat. So I would really like to ask you some questions from the same. May I?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course,
Uh,
please.
the first question is from Unnati Singh. Is it true that creativity is born in isolation?
Sorry, again.
The first question is from Unnati Singh. Is it true that creativity is born in isolation?
Not very clear about the question. Meaning, you got to be a born artist. Is this what she wants to know?
No, she's trying to ask that is it necessary that you need to be alone, or there must be no one around. So is it
Oh no.
necessary that creativity is born only in isolation?
No, not necessarily. See, for example, art was always considered, or paintings was always considered something under in closed doors. We always imagined an artist working in a closed room. His room is all messy, and there are easels, and there are paintbrushes and colors thrown around, and he's just sitting in a t-shirt and thinking and wearing a cap and all that, and making paintings, okay, over a number of days. All right, and then bringing his art out into the galleries and showcasing it to the world. Okay, today art is no more confined to the art is a performing paintings is a performing art also. I remember I had seen many years back, I had seen a brush artists painting with a brush and colors, conventional painting in some kind of an open area. So when you look at all these spray paint artists, you go to New York, you go to Paris, you go to all the countries around the world, there are spray paint artists working on the streets. So performing art today, any form of art, and even the dancers and the singers, they're all performing out in the open, and I don't look at isolation for that performance, or I don't see. Yes, to write a poem, maybe I want to be in a book and I need to be isolated. All right, but the most of the other art forms, I don't think you need to be in isolation to be able to perform. Because see, as an artist, sometimes I get an invite when I'm performing. I'm performing, obviously I'm performing something that I've practiced over and over again, all right, during a live performance. But out of the blue, somebody pops up a question, "Hey man, will you paint this for me?" So then that becomes a live performance. So there you're not isolated, you're not something you practice. But then since it has come and you've got challenge, you have to perform, you will perform and you will give a result that is acceptable. Yeah.
Agreed, sir. Maybe it is because of the perception that is formed that artists are mostly drawing in an empty space. So the second question is by Shardul Mahadik. He wants to know that what is the initial step one needs to take while stepping into the world of art, specifically in spray painting.
Passion, passion, and then I get a lot of queries, even almost on a daily basis. Okay, I want to learn because I'm quite active on the various platforms like Instagram and Reels and Facebook and LinkedIn. So I'm there, Twitter. I'm there on almost all the platforms, and keep getting invites. Suppose, like for example, I just uploaded. I created a reel in the morning today, and then I started getting inquiries. I want to learn. So there are inquiries that I want to learn. Like initially, when I started doing spray paint art, also I did my exhibition at Ravindra Naट्य Mandir, the first one, and then later on I moved on to here. I moved out to and did something in Claridge's in Delhi, and then at the Experiment Art Gallery again in Delhi. And from there on, I started getting. I was blessed that the media gave me a lot of publicity. The newspapers as well as the digital media as well as on TV and all. I got shows from CNBC and uh, similar channels. So if you want to learn, you can go to YouTube, put in the query, and look at other people doing it. If you find that difficult, then you can look for people who are teaching and join their workshops. A single day workshop of half an hour, 1 hour will give you a good amount of exposure to what and how that art form works. I personally keep on exploring a lot of art forms, like fud, like even tribal art and all. So fud painting or patta shilpa or maybe madhubani, and I try all of them. And where I get stuck, okay, I can do this and I want to do this. I explore that particular art form more and more. So my advice would be to explore for yourself and probably join some kind of workshop, and I'm sure you'll find your path.
Yes, as you said earlier, that if you're passionate about something, you'll definitely excel in it.
Yes, yes.
So we have one more question. Preetam Bise wants to know that how can we get updates for your upcoming exhibitions or your workshops?
By Facebook page, Instagram handle, yeah. And I also, like I said, I keep on creating reels and from time to time, not on a daily basis. And then from my, what I put up on my status. So these are the places where I'm. If you just Google search for me by by my name, you will find me all over the place. I'm proud to say that.
Yes, so we love to visit your gallery and exhibition
Yeah,
once.
sure.
So it was lovely talking to you, and I really had this amazing experience. And now I'd like Srishti to take over for the next segment.
Thank you, Srishti. So, really, your thoughts have inspired each and everyone here. And also, one thing I would like to say, you're not just a spray paint artist, but a true artist, because you've done so much in life, and that really a lot, inspires me a lot. So, taking the same enthusiasm further, now let us move forward with an exciting segment of this session, that is the rapid trivia. So, here the drill is that you have to answer within 10 seconds. So, starting off with the first question: what is the one thing that you miss the most about being in Sydenham?
I repeat myself, the canteen. And sitting on the wall
Of
outside.
course, of course.
Though again, on a lighter note, sitting on the wall outside.
Okay. Your first memory of the college.
Oh, I was lost. I was an introvert, and the first day I didn't know where to go, and I'm asking the seniors and not really getting much help. I'm sorry.
Which is the last book you read?
1984, George Orwell's 1984. I'm not much of a reader, but that's one book I always remember.
Okay. Are you a tea person or a coffee person?
Tea person, no sugar.
Okay. Which is the best and the least best thing about being a painter?
Sorry.
Which is the best and the least best thing about being a painter?
The best thing is that you're going to meet a lot of people, and along the way, of course, apart from meeting uh, happy people, you also meet unhappy people, and you're going to take it in the stride.
Of course, that comes with it. The next question is one quote or philosophy that you live your life by.
Uh, don't just be a dreamer, live your dream.
Okay, so what is your favorite food?
Chinese.
Same, mine too. Which was your favorite subject in college?
Business management. I'll tell you, can I share a little bit of story with business management?
Of course, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
yes, definitely.
on the day on which my business management paper was there, I used to travel. I was staying in the hostel for a while because my house is very far away, and I used to spend a lot of time reaching up to the college. So I was staying in the hostel for a while. And on the business management day, one of my friends used to pick me up, and we used to go to Elphinstone College for our exams. So he picked me up, and the moment he picked me up, he banged into another car, and I went and hit my nose on the dashboard, and my nose started bleeding. So I was too scared. I thought I'll have to not go for my exam. So my friend insisted. No, he was staying close by. Though I was staying in the suburbs and very far, he was staying close by. He took me to his house. He made me change my shirt. He gave me his shirt, and we went to the college. And I reached almost about 45 minutes late. I think it was a 2.5 hour paper. I reached half an hour late or 45 minutes late, and we had to request the examiner there and narrate our story that we had an accident. And the examiner allowed us to sit in the exam. In the evening, I called up my brother and I told him I had an accident. And he said, okay, come on, I'm coming over to see you, and I'll take you out for dinner. I said, fine. And then in the evening, he asked me, how did you fare in that business management paper? I said, I can fare in any other subject, but not in this subject. So that was my favorite subject.
Okay, sir. Definitely, best friends are the ones we make memories with. With that, I want to ask, who was your best friend in college time?
I had a few of them. Uh, as of now, I can remember being very close. Was like Lalwani, Girish Uttam Singh, and he's not there now today with us, and Amit Baumik, and Gautam Puri, Sham Kotak, Hoshi, Baji Mistri, Persis. These are some of the names I can straight away remember. We were very close when we were in college.
I guess you had a good big group then. Okay, so the next question and the last question is, what is your preference, art or business? Quite obvious, but
Sorry again.
what is your preference? Is it art or business?
Oh, definitely art. Not that business failed me or I failed in that particular business, whatever. But somehow the satisfaction is immense from what I'm doing now as compared to what I was doing then. Maybe I was earning more money at that time. Maybe I was more. But today also, there's no dearth of enjoyment. Being invited to various institutes, the premium institutes of India, and spending 2 3 days with them is is something that I cannot imagine, or something that can be ever. So, of course, art.
Following your passion is definitely very satisfying.
Yeah.
So, wrapping up the rapid trivia, sir, there's one more video we have for you, and any of your batchmates and colleagues watching us live right now. So, here we go. Soumi, please play the video.
It is the only thing that makes us feel alive. We keep this love in a photograph. We make these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still.
So, there was a video about all your memories and all. So, would you like to say anything?
Oh, I'm just waiting for COVID to end so that the reunions that we've been enjoying, we've had two lovely reunions waiting to, get back and meet old friends again. Also, I'm looking forward to coming back to the college and visiting my colleagues and visiting the premises, which I haven't visited ever since I left college. So, this is something that I'm looking forward to doing.
Sure, sir. We'd love to interact with you in person as well.
Yeah.
Now, I would like Sriram to proceed with the vote of thanks.
Okay, thank you, Srishti. So this brings us to the end of this session. On behalf of Sydenham Alumni Cell and all the viewers, we would like to extend our sincere gratitude to Sunil Gogia sir for sharing his valuable experience and learning with us. We are grateful for your time and efforts, sir. After all, it is rightly said, uh, art should be something that liberates your soul, the imagination, and encourage people to go further. Also, a big thank you to everyone who made this session possible, especially our principal madam, Dr. Madhuri Kagalkar, Alumni Cell Professor in Charge, Ritesh Singhal, the head of Proposed Alumni Association, Mr. Rajit Lalwani. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the alumni who have always been supportive and helped us come so far. We, the student of Sydenham Alumni Cell, also thank our viewers for joining in. Last but not the least, we would like to thank Team Alumni who work very hard to make this session a success. Do fill the feedback form from the link given in the description to receive your e-certificate. If you like the session, then hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more such events. We will surely bring something exciting soon. Till then,